In 1998, we had the great fortune to be released in the United States on a small label called Logic Records under BMG, and we started making some progress, but we were still, you know, not anywhere near where Backstreet Boys and NSYNC were at the time. And at the very early days of '99, Rich and I experienced a separation with Brian. You know, it's a long, hard story, but the fact is we separated with Brian. Brian went on to pursue other ventures. We connected with Devin Lima, and after Devin was added, Clive Davis from Arista Records signed us to Arista Records, and then that summer is when everything hit. And so you asked, you know, what did Brian mean to me? What was his contribution? Like I said in the post, my relationship with Brian was very complex. You know, it was really difficult at times, but then there was times of great joy. But I choose to focus on the positive, on the joy, and the fact that if he hadn't done what he did in the early days, Rich would have never come to Orlando, and the LFO we all love would have never existed. And he taught me a lot about the music business, about crafting and rocking a show. And when I got the news, I tell you, I was sort of catatonic for 2 days, you know, because on the one side you have another young man who died, which is sad no matter what. The first thing I thought about was his father. His father was just a really beautiful soul. He's got a fiance who I never had the pleasure to meet, and I just thought about them, like, gosh, this is just not right. And then you transition to this LFO story, man. I've said it before, and this affirms it. It's a tragedy. It's a tragic story. And so I believe that through great struggle comes great grace, and that we have a point in our time, our life, where we have to choose the darkness or the light. And it's not easy, but I choose the light. I go back to the darkness often. And after Devin died, I was deeply dark, which is why when I have the chance to do like a longer show and talk more, I tell people, pay attention to your mental health. You know, we focus so much on our bodies, but especially men are not willing to go, hey, something's not right. You know, I'm thankful that my wife said, Brad, you got to do something. It was like somebody pulled the hood over my eyes, you know. And so I went to the doctor, and he sent me to a psychiatrist, and I had a counselor, and I met with my pastor, and tried to be with friends and family, and I made it through it. But I couldn't have done it alone, you know. And so when I hear about Brian dying, this LFO story there's times, pretty much every time I play a show, I think, you know, this is just too much. I can't do it anymore. It's too emotional. It's too hard. And today, before the show, first show since he died, I was like almost already in tears, you know. But today I just took when I started feeling like I wanted to cry, I just kind of put that into like more of almost like an anger, like a war, you know. And a lot of people are devastated after Brian's death, and I am too. I never wished death upon him, you know. I'm honest, we didn't have a great relationship, but I prayed for that guy every single day for many years. And when I found out he passed, like I said earlier, for 2 days I was just virtually catatonic. I felt like I couldn't move.